For me, it was Andrew. I think Mark is amazing, and I think that the producers are amazing, and Sony's amazing, and the script was so interesting, and it was, you know, it's, as you've heard, a different story than you've seen before, but it was Andrew, because my character experiences everything with Peter, and it's her first love, and they experience so much together, and he teaches her so much, and they teach each other so much, and with him it made sense. Once I read with him and once I met him, it just made sense. Sorry.
That's nice. That's nice of you to say.
Anything more on that one? You were up.
Oh, I think the only thing I would add is that, I mean, we all love Spider-Man, and there are, as I think Avi said before, the story has been told and retold many different times. I was at the studio actually as an executive when we decided to make this movie, and I think we always wanted to make another Spider-Man movie and another Spider-Man movie, but Mark talked about his reluctance at first, and there was actually something incredibly inspired and challenging and exciting about what he calls his skepticism, because I think he immediately expressed a great love of the character, but was humbled by what had come before, and was humbled by the power of the comics. And I remember he wrote an email, I hope I don't embarrass him, but he wrote an email to my boss, Amy, which she promptly sent me, and it was just one of those sort of brain dumps of, you know, this emotional outpouring of who he felt Peter Parker was. And it was fantastic, and it was different, and it was completely respectful of the character, and he had great love for the character, but it was a version of it that came from his heart and from his experience. And I think that's what's so powerful about Spider-Man, is that we all bring ourselves to it. But as soon as we read that, we sort of felt, my God, you know, this is something really special, and here's a different way to go. And so it was kind of off to the races.
Back in the middle.
Hey guys, the trailer that we saw, will that be the only thing that's shown in the holiday? I was wondering if you could also speak about the Spider-Man point of view in that. Will that be incorporated into the movie or just for the trailer? And also wondering how the stuff that leaked from the early days of the shoot online that we saw, did that mean then a bigger crackdown in the areas of shooting? How did it affect what you guys were doing?
I mean, we tried to, at least for the first part, the last part first, you know, we tried to shoot a lot of the stuff on location, which exposes you to kind of a certain kind of thing, and it's just the nature of the beast, you know. In terms of, sorry, what was the other question, the first part?
About the trailer, the Spider-Man point of view.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, I wanted to find, because we're shooting this in 3D, I wanted to conceive of certain things very specifically for 3D. You know, there's an experiential component to 3D which I think is really, really fantastic. And I was trying to, we're experimenting with generating that point of view so you feel what Peter Parker feels. You feel what Spider-Man feels when he's jumping over the buildings and over the streets and that sort of thing. But we made a very, and Andrew had to pay the price for this, a very conscious effort to ground the stunts, and there was a lot of we had an incredible stunt team put together. We built this whole rig of hundreds of feet long under the Riverside Drive in Harlem, and we swung a man through traffic down the street. And then Andy Armstrong also built a car rig that with a series of wires that was incredibly complicated and really a beautiful contraption to help do those effects practically. And that was something that I thought was really, really exciting and exhilarating to explore, not to mention an incredible level of acrobatics.
Hello. Hey, no, this is Rob, this is Andrew Garfield. This is a press conference for the Amazing Spider-Man at Comic Con. No problem, fine. Rob, someone called.
We have a question in the back.
Hi guys. I'm just curious if any of you have seen the Broadway
I'd love to see it. I want to see it.
I haven't seen it.
I really want to. I think Julie Taymor's a genius.
All right, down here in front of the white.
I realize all these properties are different studios, but is there any kind of possibilities, discussions, or even pipe dreams of merging this incarnation of Spidey with the Marvel Cinematic Universe that's been established, given his relationship with those characters?
That's maybe an obvious question.
Can you repeat the beginning of it?
Are they gonna connect to, he's asking if they're gonna connect to the Avengers.
No.
I think that obviously in the comics, the team-ups and the mix-ups and so on, that's the way to keep publishing going for that many years. But I think Spider-Man has a huge universe of its own. So many villains, foes and friends, and great stories about Peter, his parents, Gwen. So it's not even on a, it's not something we are thinking about because we have so much more to tell. That's why we made this particular thing.
In the back.
In the comics, Peter Parker, when he takes on the role of Spider-Man, has always had more of a sense of humor, quips constantly while fighting his adversaries. And he didn't really come across in the first few movies as strongly. Are we going to see that take more of a presence
Yes.
in yours?
Yes.
Yes.
They hired a comedic actor to wear the suit.
Yeah.
And
Different-
he wrote his own
guy.
jokes. And
A funny guy.
he's brilliant. It's Judd Apatow is in the suit.